Bruce, thanks a lot. And Dr. Norman, thanks so much for joining us. Most importantly, this is something that's preventable. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But parvovirus, does it just affect dogs, or is this a wide spectrum of animals?
Well, this particular virus affects just dogs. Parvovirus is a group of viruses, a group of viruses called parvovirus. There's one for people, one for pigs. The one in cats is called feline panleukopenia. That's very serious also. But the one we're talking about for dogs just affects dogs.
Now, what are the symptoms?
Okay, the symptoms are the virus affects the gastrointestinal tract. So you get vomiting, you get diarrhea, you get a very dehydrated dog, and that's very serious. And a puppy, of course, when they get dehydrated, sometimes there's blood in both the vomit and the diarrhea, so that's serious. And then it really suppresses their immune system. They have very low white count, so they can't fight anything. And because puppies don't have a developed immune system, it's very difficult for them to fight this virus off, because we don't have any medication to kill viruses. We have to give supportive care.
Now, this is why it really starts with treating the mother first of all, treating that expectant mother before the mom even gets pregnant.
Yeah, that's very critical that the mother be vaccinated, because she passes passive immunity to the puppies. That's very temporary, but that passive immunity is very important until they become old enough to vaccinate themselves. So we call that maternal immunity. That's a number of viruses, and one of those is parvo, and it's very critical that mom be vaccinated and have parvovirus, because she passes those antibodies off to her puppies in the milk and then in utero.
And then when you get a new puppy, generally that's when you go to the vet and you have those series of vaccinations, and parvo is one of those series. You can't just get one vaccination.
No, you need to get a series. There's a series. There's usually a series of 3 or 4 vaccines depending on when you start the puppy, and they need to have at least 2 to be protected. That first one's good, but we know that mom's immunity wanes and the vaccine doesn't kick in right away, so there may be a very critical few-day period. So it's very important that you not take your puppy out with lots of other puppies just with one set of shots. That's a lot of time your veterinarian will say, well, wait till they get that second shot before they go out and you start socializing with a lot of other different dogs and puppies, because there's a risk, because other dogs do shed parvovirus, and that's part of the problem.
Part of the problem that you were mentioning is we need to pick up after our pets whenever we're in public, because that's where it gets transmitted most easily.
That's right. Adult dogs who had parvo as puppies, or even young dogs who had parvo as puppies and recovered, will shed the virus periodically. And the main source of the virus is that fecal matter. Okay, so while it's really important to pick up your fecal matter for a variety of reasons, one of the really important reasons is to pick it up so that other dogs don't potentially pick up viruses or parasites that may be in that stool.
Prevent diseases and also make a nicer walking path for the rest of us, right?
That's absolutely true. Absolutely true.
All right, Sandy, thank you so much for joining us. We always appreciate it every Monday.